Rick Lagina and his team discovered a hidden pathway underground under Samuel Ball's land, which led to the discovery of a tunnel. The tunnel was believed to be a significant part of Oak Island's history, as it was believed to have been designed to flood treasure sites and protect the location of the treasure. However, the tunnel was fragile, with small stones falling, indicating that the structure was not stable. The team's excitement was fueled by the discovery of the flood tunnel, which could be a critical part of Oak Island's history. For decades, treasure hunters and researchers have been trying to locate and disable this tunnel, believed to have been designed to flood the treasure sites and protect the location of the treasure. If this is the main flood tunnel, it could reveal deep aspects of the island's past. However, the tunnel is fragile, and small stones keep falling, showing that the structure isn't stable. Marty Lagina's assessment of the situation on Oak Island points out the difficulties the team faces as they explore the newly discovered tunnel. The instability of the pit makes it impossible to use the long-reach excavator, which would have been easier if the sidewalls were stable. But safety comes first, so they decide to try a different approach. They lower a camera on the arm of the excavator to get a better look inside the tunnel. This allows them to examine the tunnel's structure and contents closely while staying safe. As the camera goes deeper into the tunnel, the team watches intently, fascinated by the different types of wooden structures they see. This suggests the tunnel might be part of a larger built area. The presence of these wooden structures leads the team to ponder the purpose and origins of the tunnel. Could it be a man-made feature, part of a more extensive underground network? Further exploration with the camera shows what looks like a constructed walkway, suggesting the tunnel might be bigger than they initially thought. Marty Lagina emphasizes the importance of the evidence they are gathering. It's not just about what they are seeing now, but also about how these findings connect to Oak Island's historical importance. In summary, Rick Lagina and his team discovered a hidden pathway under Samuel Ball's land, leading to the discovery of a tunnel that could be a significant part of Oak Island's history. The team's determination to find the tunnel and its contents is crucial in uncovering the hidden truths of Oak Island's past. Rick, Marty, and their team are on a treasure hunt for hidden treasures on Oak Island. They are intrigued by an ancient map of the island and a story from Dave Blankenship about a depression near his property. They are determined to explore the area further, using an old French map and satellite images to find clues. Zena Halpern's old French map of Oak Island is one of the oldest maps that shows the island's history and the current treasure hunt. The map marks points that align with the famous Money Pit and other important historical spots on the island. These points, like the hatch and the stone triangle, are tied to the stories about the island's famous wealth. Many believe that this map might be key to finding the hidden wealth of Oak Island. Jack pinpoints the location on the map as under Dave Blankenship's driveway, where his house is located. This adds a real-world connection to their hunt, laying a solid foundation for further exploration and detailed investigation. However, they don't have a clear description of what the hatch should look like, which adds a layer of difficulty. Dave Blankenship's description of a depression found in the area, together with Jack's alignment of the hatch with that location, suggests there might be a connection between the two. The team is excited about the possibility that this hatch might lead to the well-known Money Pit or another valuable spot. Inspired by this possibility, they started digging the next morning on the southern shore, where they believed they might find a wooden pathway, historically known as a slipway, connected to a structure called Shaft 9. Rick, Marty, and their team recently stumbled upon something that might be the most important find of the year on Oak Island. A new discovery near the Money Pit was found, suggesting that there were once man-made structures on the island. Along with the wood, they found a lot of clay, which the team thinks played a crucial role in keeping the wood in good condition. They wonder about the huge effort and time that must have gone into building these structures over 160 years ago. The team is hopeful that this recent find will lead them straight to the exact location of Shaft 9, greatly advancing their quest. Understanding this landmark is essential for mapping out the network of underground tunnels and advancing the broader search for treasures on Oak Island. The past week was a roller coaster of emotions for Rick, Marty, and their team, starting with significant setbacks that dampened their spirits. Yet, they ended on a high note with the discovery of a long-forgotten searcher's shaft, which reignited their hopes. This discovery suggested they might be close to finding the original money pit, a legendary site rumored to hold vast riches. If they were to uncover a centuries-old vault filled with priceless treasures like gold and precious stones, it would be a monumental discovery that would not only validate their years of effort and dedication to the search, but could also change historical understandings. The team at Oak Island, led by Lagena and Gary Drayton, was on a mission to uncover the legendary treasures believed to be hidden in the money pit. They discovered Shaft 9, a shaft that was 6 feet by 12 feet long and was believed to have been used in the construction of the shaft. This discovery raised questions about the methods and strategies used by past treasure hunters on Oak Island. Lagena's methodical approach to the digging process was evident as he focused on detailed documentation and precise measurement to guide future efforts. With this new evidence, the team worked diligently to understand the full significance of their latest finds on Oak Island. As they began measuring Shaft 9, they were excited to check if the dimensions of the shaft matched those recorded in the 1850s. Upon measuring, they found that the shaft's dimensions were exactly as the old documents had recorded, providing a strong clue in their long search. However, the team remained cautious due to the site's significant changes over the years due to numerous digging efforts. As they dug deeper, they started finding more clues that could lead to big discoveries about Oak Island. Following more in-depth digging, they made a critical discovery. They found a connection between Shaft 9 and the ancient wooden slipway. This confirmation that they had indeed located tools and materials from the Viking Age. Mark, a metallurgist with 25 years of experience, helped frame the question at hand. Could the Vikings have left artifacts or signs on Oak Island? Doug introduced an artifact that was first uncovered during a dig back in 1965, but was only recently reacquired for further study. When shown to an archaeologist in Denmark, it was flagged as being very similar to Viking-era weaponry. This arrowhead, which was not just tools of war, but also a reflection of advanced craftsmanship, is a big deal. If this arrowhead really is of Viking origin, it is a big deal. Emma Culligan, the team's metallurgist, took a closer look at the arrowhead using an X-ray fluorescent spectrometer, which used radiation to analyze the composition of an object without damaging it, which is a perfect tool for fragile historical artifacts. Emma Culligan's analysis did not definitively confirm its origin, but it did add weight to the theory. It was one more piece of evidence that suggests a deeper, older history for Oak Island than we previously thought. The team also explored bog ore, a naturally occurring iron deposit that is basically a Viking hallmark. Mark explained how bog ore, a mix of ferrous oxide and sand, was commonly used in Europe for forging tools and weapons as far back as the 5th century BC. It is also found in swampy areas, which just so happens to include both Lanzos Meadows and Oak Island. If the materials match, it could be the smoking gun that ties Viking activity directly to the island. The significance of this potential connection cannot be overstated. Viking blacksmithing techniques were highly advanced for their time. If the arrowhead or any other artifact found on Oak Island was made using bog ore, it would be a strong indicator of Norse involvement. Marty summed up the situation perfectly. Oak Island has become incredibly complex. With so many different theories, artifacts, and timelines, it is a puzzle with pieces that seem to come from entirely different boxes. But every discovery, like this arrowhead or the bog ore, helps eliminate some possibilities while opening the door to others. The Viking connection adds a layer of richness to the story. It intertwined exploration, craftsmanship, and the mystery of Oak Island in a way that feels almost too good to be true. Additionally, the possibility of a connection to the Knights Templar, who are often theorized to have used Oak Island as a secret repository for treasures and artifacts, is also intriguing. The Vikings were unrivaled navigators of their time, and their expertise in navigation and survival in harsh conditions could have made them invaluable allies. The artifacts found on Oak Island over the years make things even more interesting. The evidence of Viking presence in North America is a complex and multifaceted topic. Lanzos Meadows is the only confirmed Viking settlement in the region. but other clues include butternut seeds found at the site, which suggests the Norse traveled much farther south than Newfoundland. This aligns with the sagas, which describe a place called Vinland, rich in resources. Other North American archaeological sites have discovered artifacts resembling Norse craftsmanship, such as the Maine penny, a silver coin from 11th century Norway, found in a Native American archaeological site in the 1950s. The Templar connection is another intriguing aspect of the Viking presence in North America. Historical records confirm the Templars were a powerful Catholic order during the Crusades, tasked with protecting pilgrims and managing vast wealth. However, there is no solid evidence tying them to North America, and the theory hinges on speculation and the mysterious disappearance of Templar treasures after their order was disbanded in the 14th century. If the Templars did come to Oak Island, what could they have left behind? Proponents argue that their treasure, possibly including the Holy Grail or the Ark of the Covenant, might have been hidden in the money pit. However, no definitive Templar artifacts have been unearthed on Oak Island, and the dates don't always align with their timeline of activity in Europe. The case for Viking involvement on Oak Island gains traction with each new find, such as an arrowhead analyzed by Emma Culligan and bog ore found both on Oak Island and at Lance O. Meadows. If these materials can be matched through further analysis, it would strengthen the argument for a Norse connection. However, it is essential to approach these theories critically, as every tantalizing clue has a counterpoint to consider. The Templar connection relies heavily on circumstantial evidence and gaps in historical records, while the Viking theory, while supported by physical evidence, is still far from conclusive. Skeptics also argue that the artifacts found on Oak Island could have been brought there later by settlers or collectors, and that the lack of definitive Viking structures or settlements raises questions about the Norse presence.